So how long does it take to set up Windows versus Linux from scratch from the USB stick stage? Well, we're going to find out by going up against each other in a head-to-head race. For our Linux distribution, we're using Ubuntu or Ubuntu 26.04, and the coin flip has already decided that Albert is going to take Linux and, well, I'm stuck with Windows. Before we start manically spamming our keyboards, it's actually important to get a list of things that we need to do. So we must, in any order, install our operating system onto the entire disk, set up a user account with the name Volcano Fuel, make the password Volcano Fuel 67, name the PC Volcano Fuel, and lastly install Steam. The first person that gets to the Steam login page wins. We both haven't done any extra practice beforehand, but we both have a base knowledge of our operating systems. So, are you ready?
I indeed am.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. I'll give me 1 second, good friends. Let me get this stick up.
Okay, so first I'm going to make sure that I've actually started my own timer. Okay, now it's going to be a lot of checkboxes, I already know, but there's also going to be a lot of waiting because, you know, that's a lot of the process of installing an operating system. We're both on quite equal hardware, but I'll go over the details in a moment.
Oh, we'll now install. I'm probably going to misspell this. I'm not going to take that one, and that's probably going to save me a bit of time later on if this works. Right, now we're done. Now we can actually talk about what we're doing. That was a 40-second click on.
Looking for disks, that's fine. We can download straight onto there and we can install. Okay. Now I can breathe out for a moment.
We are drag racing to see if we can install Windows and Linux faster. Now our current specs for it are 8 gigs of RAM, 4 cores. Now we will just be drag racing and seeing who can install stuff faster and get it up and running faster with Steam.
So the hardware that we're using is we're both on fast NVMe SSDs with comparable read and write speeds. We're both using 4 cores of our processors and we're both using 8 gigs of RAM. Now there are going to be little discrepancies such as I'm on DDR5, he's on DDR4, and I believe my SSD is like slightly faster, but actually I think in the you know, the grand scheme of things, those little differences aren't going to matter. What's really going to matter is the weight of the operating system and how many questions we have to answer when setting it up. And I think he's got a major advantage there. Because I'm stuck with Windows, it means a lot of privacy questions, a lot of data collection, setting things up. Microsoft account is a big one. I have to sign into Microsoft.
However, we're now just going to be sitting here waiting. I'm going to be munching on these pack of crisps. I give them a 7 out of 10. They're pretty good. You can taste the creaminess a lot more than the actual mushroom, but they're decent. That's where my ranting stops. I will be gone for the next couple of minutes while this does its own thing.
The other thing is, Windows installs the operating system first, and then in the OOBE goes through all the steps of creating an account. Whereas on Linux, I believe you go through a lot of those steps first, and then it installs the system. In terms of getting to Steam, to be honest, in my head, there's no question he's going to do it faster. On paper, the Linux installation is going to be so much quicker than the Windows one. However, maybe fast typing and fast clicking can get me an advantage here, or rather get me a slightly better time. The use case of this in the real world is if you need to set up a machine really quickly. If you're in a time-pressured environment, this could make a difference. On the other hand, this is not really a realistic situation, but it does show the weight of the different operating systems and also the philosophy or priorities of the different companies making these operating systems. In terms of the seemingly arbitrary goal of getting to the Steam login page, it was decided that that's a good idea because at that point, it's then not the operating system dictating what's going to take time or what's going to be quicker and slower. At that point, it's then the application. We want to get to the point of the Steam login page because it's a clear boundary, and it also means we need to interact with the default web browsers of each system, and of course that means I have to use Microsoft Edge.
Ooh, final system config. We're getting there, boys. We're getting there.
And we got a second installing screen. Hopefully this one won't take as long. I'm curious whether the 8 gigabytes of RAM is going to be a limitation for the Windows install. I don't think it would be for the Linux one, but there's a potential it might be for the Windows one. I also think the 4 CPU cores, that's going to limit both of us. This is taking a lot longer than I'd hoped it would. But now we've got a blank screen. I think that's a good sign because it's restarting. Just a moment. These just a moments, they do add up, these moments. That's what I like to hear. Okay, come on. Alright, yeah, United Kingdom, yes, and I want this keyword. I know I don't want to add a second one. Yep, here we go. Really hope it doesn't take too long. You won't have to do any of this. There's good things coming our way. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, just one more step. Okay, name the device. Yeah, we gotta name it Volcano Fuel. No, come on. Oh, the pressure. The pressure is immense. Now we're checking for Windows updates. I know what the difference between checking for updates and Windows updates is, but they're two separate stages. Okay, I want to update later, please. Yes, update later. I do not have time for these updates to actually take place right now. I have to sign in. I dreaded this. And got to do MFA as well. Amazing. But we got this. I'm ready. I was ready for that. Yeah, I want to create a pen. And I want to include letters and symbols. Okay. I've set the required pin. Okay. Now no spamming time. Just gotta spam no. So many times. I'm only spamming no because it's the closest option. In this race, it doesn't really matter. Okay. That was meant to happen. Good. Ah. Got a little scared when it faded to black there. Skip. Skip. Only save files to this PC, please. Skip. Not now. No. 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 So many ads.
Okay, this is gonna be very close. I'm not liking how close it's getting. I think pizza's about to be done as well. Why is it taking so long, man? Surely it doesn't take that long. I mean, sure, 4 cores, but it has 8 gigs of RAM. Should be plenty enough for Ubuntu over operating systems.
Nice. Okay, we're in. Gotta get Edge up. No. 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 Steam download. Probably could have just searched Steam, but it's fine. Gotta go here. Install Steam. Yes. No thanks. Install Steam. Open file. Yes. We can close that now. Using our precious RAM. Next install. Yeah. Go. Okay. Run. Go.
Bro, why is it so long? Okay, this is now loading up.
We're updating. It's the final stretch. I have no idea what that was. I'm really surprised I haven't heard him say that he's done yet. Almost there.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh my. It's taking so long.
Oh, this is taking a lot longer than I remember. I'm so surprised he hasn't said anything yet. I'm waiting for that sign-in box. Oh. Okay, that's okay. Yep. Time.
Oh, I'm just installing Steam. It's taking so long, man.
What, the updates?
No, just installing it. I'm still in the App Center to download it. Yeah, my problem is that it took 6 years for it to try and boot up. And then I tried to spam at the App Center to open. It just wouldn't. So I've had weird problems with it. I've tried right-clicking it. I've tried that. It just does not want to.
Well, I would have done it through their web browser.
That have been faster though?
I think so. Maybe not by too much. I mean, like when I downloaded the Steam installer, did it in like a second. And then installing the actual program was just so quick from there.
Hold on, I'm now gonna check something. For some reason, even this is running on my NVMe SSD and 8 gigs of RAM and all that. It's still taking way too long for some unknown reason. I tried to open up Steam and it's just not launching.
Bugs versus bloat. that's a good title.
Okay, so it's a disk problem.
Okay, well, let us know. Let us know if you want us to do a bare metal comparison that might be slightly more accurate, maybe. I don't know. There are a bunch of strange things. I think that was a good comparison. I can't believe Windows won that. That's completely thrown me off, but fair enough, I
Yeah.
guess.
How long did it take for you to just say no to all of their advertising, all of their location data tracking, all of that?
To be fair, because I knew exactly where to click, it probably took about 10 seconds. Because it was just like, no, yeah, no, enter, no, enter, no, enter, no, enter. But there was the waiting in between. That was a big thing. Because, like, I went through a spree of no's, took 10 seconds, and then it restarted. And then it was like, do you want to connect your phone? Do you want to have this? Like, and then it was all the ads. So that was probably another like 20 seconds. So actually, all in all, with all the bloat and the ads and everything, yeah, it probably took a lot of time to do that. Knowing you, you had like you had an energy drink before recording this, so you know.
No, I've been running on eating creamy forest mushroom flavored Lays.